What you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
Hey, y'all, how you doing? I thought I would do a social media and chill stream. Kind of chilling. Didn't really know what to do if I wanted to do anything tonight, but I got nothing better to do. I was going to go through my social media, so I figured we might as well just do it together. See what's going on in the world. I made a new little short. The short was kind of cool. I think it did pretty well. I think it's going to do pretty well, at least. Got all my stuff here on my channel. It's kind of cool. Oh, man, where is my short? So yeah, made this little short about what Ronald Reagan had to say about tariffs. We'll see how it goes.
You see, at first, when someone says, let's impose tariffs on foreign imports, it looks like they're doing the patriotic thing by protecting American products and jobs. And sometimes for a short while it works, but only for a short time. What eventually occurs is, first, homegrown industries start relying on government protection in the form of high tariffs. They stop competing and stop making the innovative management and technological changes they need to succeed in world markets. And then, while all this is going on, something even worse occurs. High tariffs inevitably lead to retaliation by foreign countries and the triggering of fierce trade wars. The result is more and more tariffs, higher and higher trade barriers, and less competition. So soon, because of the prices made artificially high by tariffs that subsidize inefficiency and poor management, people stop buying. Then the worst happens. Markets shrink and collapse, businesses and industries shut down, and millions of people lose their jobs. The memory of all this occurring back in the 30s made me determined when I came to Washington to spare the American people the protectionist legislation that destroys prosperity. Now, it hasn't always been easy. There are those in the Congress, just as there were back in the 30s, who want to go for the quick political advantage, who risk America's prosperity for the sake of a short-term appeal to some special interest group, who forget that more than 5 million American jobs are directly
like Elon Musk,
tied to the foreign export business, and additional millions are tied to imports. Well, I've never forgotten those jobs, and on trade issues, by and large, we've done well. In certain select cases, like the Japanese semiconductors, we've taken steps to stop unfair practices
he's going to be
against
memorable
American
in a
products.
negative way.
But we've still maintained our basic long-term commitment to free trade and economic growth. So, with my meeting with Prime Minister Nakasone and the Venice Economic Summit coming up, it's terribly important not to restrict a president's options in such trade dealings with foreign governments. Unfortunately, some in the Congress are trying to do exactly that. I'll keep you informed on this dangerous legislation because it's just another form of protectionism, and I may need your help to stop it. Remember, America's jobs and growth are at stake. Until next week, thanks for listening, and God bless you.
Thinking I might actually do a stream on
You see, at first, when someone
how to call your representatives, because I feel like a lot of people want to, but they don't know exactly like the steps to take on how to call your rep and what to say. It's really easy, and I feel like more people need to do it. And a lot of people, I've seen it both sides too. They feel so discouraged by calling their representatives and speaking up for themselves, and they just feel like it doesn't do any good. I have seen it firsthand work, so I think I'm gonna do a stream. I'm gonna get someone on who has been advocating for Ukraine and interview her, even though she's not gonna want to, and do a stream on that. But yeah, another one I did was this one. This is a really good
Trump
one. I like
initially
this.
perfectly matched all our.
I don't know who the original maker is, but I had to post it on Shorts.
When NATO's Article 5 was invoked for the first time in history after 9/11, Ukraine, a non-NATO ally, deployed forces to Afghanistan, not because they had to, but in solidarity with the United States. Ukrainian troops have also fought alongside American and British soldiers in Iraq as part of a coalition of the willing. In 2021, a year before Russia's full-scale invasion, Ukraine sent its special forces to Afghanistan to rescue Afghan translators working for Canadian media and the Canadian military. Ukraine has been there for the West when it mattered. We hope the West will continue to be there for us, now more than ever.
Why doesn't the administration recognize that? Because it doesn't fit into their agenda. They want Ukraine to be the bad guy so they can cut a bad guy deal with Russia and look like the good guy, and unfortunately that's just not the way history is. So yeah, they're going to be kind of burnt there. I don't know how he thinks he's going to pull this one off. But it's not going to be good. It's not going to turn out good. Anyways, yeah, let's just roll through Twitter and X, the same thing, and see what we can see. NAFO still fighting the battle. More fellows to follow. I noticed that the upticks on the follow posts are actually kind of gaining traction. So hopefully that pans out. I noticed like one of them earlier had like 40K views on it, which was pretty exceptional considering how bad it's been lately. Maybe Elon Musk is getting desperate because his Tesla stocks are down, that he's going to start, speak of the devil, he's going to start changing the algorithm to where we actually have a voice again, because he needs more people to subscribe. Aren't you a right-wing extremist? Nope, just a Democrat from 20 years ago. Wow. That's him, apparently. This is him right here. That's the man, the myth, the legend, the fucktard. Oh, God. Yeah, I think the U.S. is going to leave NATO too this year. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm on Blue Sky. Just look up Renegade Chungus. I'm Renegade Chungus everywhere. This is what Ukraine's former nuclear shield looked like, which it gave up in exchange for security guarantees. Okay, for free, with nothing in return. Let's check this out. I've actually never seen this.
Яку глядачі бачать могутній зенітний ракетний комплекс С-300В1, що здатний знищувати авіацію противника, балістичні ракети і безпілотні літальні апарати. За своїми бойовими можливостями комплекс переважає аналогічні типи озброєння провідних країн світу. Ракета розвиває величезну швидкість. Для того,
Just 4 of those missiles would have stopped this whole damn thing.
С-200, який спроможний знищувати цілі при швидкості об'єкта до 1200 метрів за секунду.
автоматна ракетна зброя батарея Тунгуска, яку глядачі бачать вперше. Цей засіб вогневого ураження перебуває на озброєнні всіх зенітно-ракетних дивізіонів. Комплекс – стартова батарея ракетного комплексу оперативно-тактичних ракет Р-300. У вересні 1997 року саме ця 107-ма ракетна бригада, яка представляє комплекс, успішно здійснила перший в Україні пуск оперативно-тактичних ракет.
You know, I went to my first Ukrainian rally and I saw banners there that said, we demand back the weapons you took from us. And I forgot the date. But yeah, I looked at that, I'm like, man, I wonder how people are going to feel if they see that. And I didn't post pictures of it because I felt like it would cause a lot of division with people. But now I kind of regret it because it makes sense. If they had nukes, this would never happen. What's this? MAGA cult slayer. 9 cops to protect one swastika. Oh, interesting.
Cybertruck. Thank God the police are here to protect the Cybertruck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cops to protect one Cybertruck. Amazing.
Ruining their day.
Cybertruck.
Ruining their day. Memes. Marco Rubio. Let's see what Marco Rubio has to say. Just making things up. No one has made any threats about cutting Ukraine off from Starlink. Well, of course not, because, like I just said, what was it, Tesla? Tesla's tanking. So why would he want to lose money? He's making money off of this. And say thank you, because without Starlink, Ukraine would have lost this war long ago, and Russians would be on the border with Poland right now. Whoa, okay, now, buddy, pump your brakes. He doesn't know the armed forces of Ukraine. Who's he talking smack to? Minister Spra Zakranizhnich. Zakranizhnich. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. It's terrible. Starlinks for Ukraine are paid by the Polish Digitization Ministry at the cost of about $50 million per year. The ethics of threatening the victim of aggression apart in SpaceX proves to be unreliable provider. We will be forced to look for other suppliers. Interesting. I heard France was coming out with something really good. I heard they've got a really good satellite imagery system that they're talking about bringing to Ukraine. What'd I miss? May 9th, Trump is invited to Russia. He's got to go talk to his master. He lost his spine. Yeah, he's probably going to go there and just freaking cuck for him. What's this? Thank you, Senator Bennett in Denver today. Let's see what's going on here.
To the Ukraine pounding on this issue because Donald Trump, unfortunately, the president, has it a little bit upside down because he thinks that what he's involved in, I think, is a commercial real estate deal. rather than saving Western democracy, which is what Ukraine is involved in. And while it is true, it is certainly true, that the American people have been very generous with what we have sent to the Ukrainian people in terms of arms, that is only part of the story. That is only the part of the story. And as we are thinking about debts, we should be thinking about the debt of gratitude we owe the 400,000 Ukrainian casualties that have been on the front lines of this war. We should think about the 15,000 Ukrainian soldiers who have given their lives. I was in Kyiv 2 weeks ago, just 2 weeks ago. And if you spend any time in Ukraine, that's the second time I've had the chance to be there. And it's hard to say this, but it's true. In every community in that country, you see the fresh graves of soldiers who have been killed in this war. You see the flowers on top of those graves, and you know that every part of the community, just like if it were Colorado, every county in Colorado has been affected by this war, has been part of this fight, not just for Ukraine, but a fight for democracy, a fight for freedom, a fight for the United States of America. And we have to stay with Ukraine in this fight. In my opinion, the worst thing that we've done is cut the intelligence off of the front lines for the soldiers in Ukraine. It doesn't make any sense at all, and that's why a number of us are pleading, even begging our own government to say, you have to turn that intelligence back on. This partnership is not done. The Ukrainian soldiers are actually killing more Russians today than they were 6 months ago.
So I've heard this, like, here's the deal. And this is why I need everybody to understand this about who we are as a community, us, the people in my chat right now, the people that are going to watch this later, who we are as a community. These politicians are turning towards us now because we are the content experts more than the Trump administration. So I had, like, I might have said the other day, one of the local representatives here in California called one of my friends who's been advocating for aid to Ukraine after the blowout in the Oval Office and said, hey, you need to come here and have a meeting with us. So that's another reason why we need to make good relationships, any relationships with our representatives. We need to call. We need to start a dialogue. Writing a letter you can leave your email. And like I said, always ask for a follow-up date of when they are going to respond to you with a response. If you leave that, you're going to get an answer eventually. And like I said, like, there's just a few of us over here that have been advocating, really, that, like, from the American side. And some of the representatives in California in the districts are calling and saying, we need your help. So, and Republican representatives. I'm not saying these are all Democrat. So it's a big way we can make an impact.
And I'll close by saying, I saw the children's hospital in Kyiv that was shelled by Putin. I saw the apartment buildings that were shelled by Putin. Some of my colleagues say, don't worry about what the president says, it's just what he does. Words matter. They're very important. They're very important. And we are absolutely clear, all of us, and all of Europe, and all of Southeast Asia, including Xi Jinping, is absolutely clear who started this war. To have a question about that would be like saying that China invaded Taiwan, and then we had an American president said, oh, by the way, Taiwan invaded China. That's as crazy as saying that Ukraine invaded Russia. Russia is the first country since World War II to invade its peaceful neighbor. Ukraine did not ask for this. Ukraine was building its own economy and building its own society and building its own democracy. And Putin didn't like the look of that, and that
Oh, he's throwing some pearls out there, huh? Who is this guy? Senator Bennett, Denver. Oh, I'm already following him, so he must have thrown some more pearls out there before. Dang, look at his following base. Shoot. Well, I guess that's what you get when you're a senator. What's he have to say? Next Tuesday, March 11th, so 2 days, 5:30 p.m. Are hosting a webinar in Colorado. Federal workers, panel of federal employees, rights experts, yada yada. Interesting. Cool. Glad John Jackson reposted him. I'm actually going to send that one out, yeah. Let's see what else we got. Oh, Liam. What's Liam got to say? Elon Musk is not your friend, folks. Well, yeah. I mean, we got that. I think a lot of people are getting that. Like, even MAGA I'm talking to that straight voted for MAGA and blah, blah, blah. They're like, I don't like him. I don't trust him. Doesn't make sense. American opinion. Yep. Facts. Facts. I missed today's Zelensky. Was this today? 8 hours ago. Yeah, we gotta listen to this and watch it. Hold on. We'll start that over. Do it right. Let me check the chat real quick before I get into this. Good man, Chungus. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying. Once I get this camera thing figured out, I'll put my face on here somewhere. I just haven't got that far into it yet. I've been busy. Super busy. All right, let's see what the President Zelensky has to say, yeah?
Бажаю здоров'я, українці, українки. Кілька речей за сьогодні. Доповідь головкома Сирського, фронт, основні напрямки на Донеччині та Курська операція. Я хочу подякувати всім нашим підрозділам, які стійко та попри все знищують окупанта, відбивають штурм та захищають наші позиції. Дипломатія буде сильною тільки на сильних фронтових позиціях. І ми робимо все для того, щоб українські фронтові потреби були забезпечені. Міністр оборони України Умєров доповів щодо своїх контактів та зустрічей з нашими партнерами щодо нових пакетів підтримки. Польща готує пакети підтримки та продовжує участь в чеській ініціативі щодо боєприпасів. Німеччина. Очікуємо прискорення постачання ППО систем IRIS-T та боєприпасів до них. Надзвичайно важливо, що Німеччина усвідомлює роль однієї з найбільших безпекових опор Європи та сучасного вільного світу. І ми дуже цінуємо це. Євросоюз. Працюємо на рівні інституцій Європейського Союзу, щоб перекрити наявні дефіцити у постачанні. Нідерланди є готовність інвестувати і надалі у виробництво зброї в Україні. Країни Північної Європи та Балтії – повна підтримка, і це означає нові пакети, нові інвестиції у виробництво зброї, нові політичні ініціативи, які зміцнять нас усіх – і Україну, і Європу. Я хочу подякувати всім партнерам. Завтра ми продовжимо працювати заради наближення миру. Буде мій візит в Саудівську Аравію. Також на сьогодні ще більш підготовленою стала зустріч наших команд в Саудівській Аравії, України та Сполучених Штатів. Сподіваємось на результат. І це стосується і наближення миру, і продовження підтримки. І ще одне. Увесь тиждень, як і кожен тиждень після обстрілів, після російських ударів, наші рятувальники завжди на місці. Завжди допомагають нашим людям. Ми завжди їм вдячні. Всьому колективу ДСНС України. Особливо я хочу відзначити сьогодні наших рятувальників, які працюють на Донеччині. Зокрема, допомагали нашим людям в Добропіллі Дмитро Агарков, Артем Бернада, Євгеній Осадчий, Дмитро Літовченко, Олександр Маслюк. Дякую вам, хлопці. Також Андрій Земляний, Сергій Конов, Денис Суханов, Володимир Алік, Сергій Усов та весь колектив ДСНС України на Донеччині. Також Харківщина, Олексій Макушенко, Кирило Швачка, Андрій Олійник, Олександр Рябченюк, Максим Адамович, Роман Веретельник, Андрій Валуєв, Павло Саранча, Андрій Тур та Юрій Денчик. Дякую вам дуже. Дякую всім, хто працює заради України і українців. Дякую всім нашим українським воїнам. Слава Україні!
All right, a little from Z today. He is kind of the man. I wish he was our president at this point, to tell you the truth. One thing I am noticing is Europe seems to be stepping up aid, which is good. They were supposed to anyways. But we're seeing some massive bills being signed. I do want to see, like he said, Germany, we expect an accelerated delivery. They have dragged their feet in the past. So it would be nice to see it there like a week ago. So we'll see how that turns out. Oh, we got the real Vladimir Putin in the chat today. Everybody watch out. Good to see you, Vlad. Let's see what we got else on my feed. We're just going through my feed, chilling, guys. Like, it's late, I know. It's Sunday. I'm chilling. I worked all day. I'm tired. But we're going to go through it anyways and just see what it is. And what it is. What's got Bricktop Nafo tweeting stuff out. Okay, let's see this. Oh, it's just, okay, that makes sense. These eyes have seen hell. These hands are holding up Europe. Man, I'm kind of afraid to click into this one. God damn it. You hear the shell in the background, and he's just shell-shocked. The amount of therapy these guys are going to need to make it out of this, the amount of healing this country is going to have to go through, it's going to be more than 100 years. It's going to take 100 years just to demine. But there is so much healing that needs to happen. I hope some of you plan to become therapists and learn Ukrainian, because they are going to need help. Their war just breaks the nerves. The man who raised my biological mother, he was in World War II, and he broke the record for consecutive days in combat in the Pacific Theater. He was 24th Infantry, and he was in artillery. He was artillery, so he was a staff sergeant. Staff sergeant, I believe. Yes. And he would hit the deck every time the 4th of July happened, or a pot dropped in the kitchen. It just breaks you down. I couldn't imagine. Let's see what's going on here. The world's largest Ukrainian flag at the White House.
It's also touching the ground.
I think bringing the largest flag to the White House might actually grab some attention. The public fallout that's happened already, all the moves he's making, I think this might actually help a little. Maybe not. Maybe he's just going to, screw everybody and screw his base. And because I know there's base out there that are in the middle with this. Like, they know Ukraine's in the right. They admitted it. Then they at the end, it turns out I hope everybody ends up well from all this, instead of, screw Ukraine like they've been saying. I don't know, it changes, I guess, their opinion, whatever Trump tweets out for the day. But I have noticed on my feeds, I'm too loud, on my feeds, Crank your mic up on the OBS, please. Okay, hold on. Crank your mic up. Oh, yes. How's that? Better? Better? Test, test. I'll wait. More. It's up all the way. Desktop audio. Much better. Okay. All right. Yeah. So what I was saying is, at least in my feed, what I've been seeing is a lot of MAGA that are kind of in the middle on this. They feel torn, and they're getting really quiet on the topic of Ukraine. They still post stupid shit, but a lot of them I've noticed they're shut down. They're shutting down right now. So I feel like we have to rehumanize people. So my latest campaign is going to be shaming people or showing them how Ukraine stood for us. Like I posted that how they were with us during 9/11. I feel like that's a good way to tug at heartstrings, is to make them feel sort of, I don't know, patriotic, in a sense, to be. It's patriotic to support Ukraine. It's patriotic for our country to be on the right side of history. These are the reasons why. And some heart-tugging stuff. Like definitely 9/11. You know, that's all you got to say to become a senator now is 9/11. But if you let them know that Ukraine stood with us during 9/11, okay, that makes sense. I hope this works out. So they're listening. They might not express it, but I do think they're listening. And I think we'll have an impact because of it eventually.
Do not betray Ukraine! Do not betray Ukraine! Do not betray Ukraine! No appeasement of Russia! No appeasement!
That's that. It looks like a really, really cool crowd. That would have been awesome to be to. Let's see what else we got. Shout out to Helen. Helen's amazing. All right, what's this? Senator Stan Kuchar. We know POTUS lies constantly. What I don't understand is how so many people who knew he was lying say nothing when he does so. Why the press gives him airtime to lie, and why so many Americans believe his lie. Can someone please explain? Let's hear the lie.
You wouldn't have had inflation. We had record-setting inflation under Biden. It was a killer. And it's one of the reasons I won the election.
But you may get it again with these tariffs, right? I mean, one CEO said to me, my input costs have already started to go up. I'm going to have to raise prices.
In the meantime, guess what? Interest rates are down for the last 3-4 days at good levels. I mean, you know, when you add interest rates, you're talking about it's gone down. I've been saying, let's get interest rates down. You know, nobody ever gets rich when the interest rates are high because people can't borrow money. You wouldn't have had inflation. We had God,
I can't stand his voice. Look into Afghanistan withdrawal from Kabul. The U.S. couldn't leave the airport, so a small team of Ukrainian soldiers went in and rescued a bunch of people for them. Was that the Canadian translators? Is that who were there? Or was it, there was another group they helped out too. I didn't think it was Americans they pulled out of there. I think it was Canada. I'm not sure though. I'll have to look it up. I'll remember that, hopefully. Let's see what else we got. Boop, 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 boop. Oop, nope. Let's see what else we got. Sometimes you just need to lie in bed beside your cat and do nothing for 5 years. God. I wish that was a job. Buffett suddenly. Yeah, Warren Buffett quietly sent $500 million to Ukraine. What a fucking savage. Let's see what we got here. This is how influence is spread to control the United States. This is how they spread disinformation. This is how they try to sway public opinion across the West to sway elections. Until we are able to control and fight disinformation and force social media platforms to deal with the situation. There is no democracy. Man, that looks like 25% of my feed on X, 98% of my feed on TikTok, 100% of my feed on Facebook, 2% of my feed on Threads, and 0% of my feed on Blue Sky. Oh, God. Except there was a lot more swear words in mine that you could see. Bad stuff. War, famine, pestilence, death, and you are? Oh, misinformation. That's how these four come alive. Bunch of trash. Jesus.
Chúc mừng người này từ 1 đến 6 em học.
Holy crap, that's impressive. Show probable spam. I don't want to show probable spam. Back to the feed. Let's see, where are we? What's this? France, Italy's SAM-T systems fails in Ukraine. French-Italian SAM-T missile defense system designed to protect Ukraine from airborne threats has encountered serious operational issues since its deployment. Software malfunctions. System reportedly struggled with technical issues that prevented effective interception of ballistic missiles. Fuck. Aster missile shortages. Oh yeah, like shortages everywhere. Performance concerns compared to the U.S. supply Patriot system, which has successfully. See, this is what pisses me off, man. Like, we have some of the best manufacturers in the world, and everybody's going to be sub-tier to them. And now we have to depend on Europe to go in and do all this stuff. Boo. Boo. Korean Chernobyl. Boy Farms. Oh God. Okay, let's see this thing.
Французький комплекс «Мамбочка».
Oh damn, it's Madyar too.
Ракетки пиздець. Цікаво, як відстрілялись, мене тоді не було. Херню важить порівняно з нашими С-300. Но ракета бомба. Мамба, твою мать. Французский.
Damn. Oh, what? Person in the video praises the system. Misleading. Look at this. Let's see what Clash Report nonsense is then. 488,000 followers. A new study of economics suggests that Germany can raise its debt to GDP ratio of 63% to 86%, but blah, 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 harming. Sus. Do you believe Putin is disrespecting you by attacking Ukraine? Trump. What did he do? He disrespect me? Who are you with? Blah blah blah. Okay, I don't know. Kind of sus. Sus. I'll leave it sus. Does Ukraine have the Aussie Singer system? What's an Aussie Singer system? Oh God, was that a joke? Did I feed into that? Let me look. Jesus Christ. That's an Aussie joke, isn't it? You got me, heck. Okay, like I said, look, it's coming back. We got 5K views on a no fellow under 5K. Well, that's pretty damn cute. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that. Oh, no noise though. It would have been better with a little song behind it. Yeah, we're gonna boost that one there. Jake Bro put out, you don't have the cards. Maybe if you stop giving the, oh yeah, facts. Facts. God. Who's this? Marco Rubio. We'll be revoking the visas and or green cards of Hamas supporters in America so they can be, okay, whatever. Whatever. What's this? Breaking. An Air India flight was forced to return on a 10-hour trip to Chicago, Illinois because their toilets were clogged with poop, leaving hundreds Indians trapped on a plane with no restroom. Air India Flight 126. This is okay. Oh, it pissed me off too. But I've been on airplanes before that got delayed because the computer wouldn't restart for 3 hours. Hey, Papa Dutch, how you doing? Yeah, please share it out. We're just chilling tonight. Like I said, guys, I'm just gonna go through my social media. I know it's late. I worked all day. I'm kind of tired, anyways. But I figured we'd just chill and see what was in the news today. Not a lot of people streaming out on Sundays. I did see Greg Terry's stream earlier. That was pretty good. Pretty good. A lot of information there. Don't want to hear Trump's voice anymore. Oh my God, don't give me that nightlife crap. A birthday in the trenches, a trench candle and a sandwich instead of candles and cake. But a wish has been made. May he have a happy and peaceful returns of the day. Okay, we'll check it out. This looks good.
Чуєш? Вставай. З днем народження тебе. З днем народження тебе. З днем народження тебе вітаємо. З днем народження тебе. О, молодець. Желання загадав? Так. Давай, братанчик.
Mic's too quiet. Yeah, I don't know if I can turn it up anymore. I just probably gotta talk louder. Let me see. Device properties, 100%. Yeah, I think it's maxed out. I think it's just my mic. I might have to get a new mic. I don't know. I'm kind of broke right now. Still getting caught up from the holidays, so a new mic is in the works. But if I get a new mic, then I gotta get a new headset, and then that's like double. That's like $250. So I'm just kind of chilling for now. I'll try to talk louder or put this thing in my mouth so you guys can hear me better. All right, see what's next. One day.
My people winning, together we are going to a brand new home.
that's bringing me back to church big time.
Freedom calling, calling me to answer. Gonna keep on keeping on.
Was that way too loud? Did I just like kill you guys with that? When you have time, hit me up. I'll walk you through the boosting your mic via. Okay. Tweaking in a new web stream is always a yeah. It's a little bit weird, especially it's like my third one. But at least third one at home. I did at least one live at the event, 2 lives, walking around on my phone. But yeah, it's a little bit different. I've got new equipment coming. I just got to buy it piece by piece. I'm not gonna go drop a ton of money that I don't have right now. Oh yeah. We saw the guys in the well earlier, but it's worth watching. Not the well, but the tunnel. Is that too loud? That feels loud to me. Here. Right there.
Пацаны, где мы нахуй? В трубе, сука! Труба куда ведет? На суджу нахуй! Это же ёбнуться! Никогда бы не подумал. 12 километров по трубе, сука, воду несу, ебать. Чё-то пробка не...
Oh, yeah, it's pretty loud to me too. Legend has it, some of these guys suffocated to death in the tunnel because they ran out of air.
Пропускает или что случилось? Хна, что скажешь, братан, ебать?
Привет.
Ебать, это пизда, ебать, нахуй. Вот так вот и идем. Ебануться. Вы что творите, пацаны, нахуй? Что, блядь, происходит вообще? Видела моя малышка? Выйду, покажу потом. Офигеет. Куда? Там все нормально, я там, малышка, иду, блядь, на задание. Там безопасно, там все четко. В суджу под трубой 12 километров, а так все нормально. Что сказать?
I can't even. 12 kilometers. God. What a terrible thing to do. And these guys think that their babies are going to stay with them. They've already left them. Launch Musk to Mars. Oh, yeah, I got to hear this. Chicago today. Yeah, well, there are more of us than them, that's for damn sure. J.D. Vance called Trump... what was this? J.D. Vance called Trump his America's Hitler. Is America's Hitler. That's weird to me. My brain can't comprehend that sentence there. This video was deleted from Twitter. Okay, let's see what this is.
Campaign. You were calling Trump America's Hitler. Then you kissed his ass. Not true. It is true. And then you kissed his ass, and then he endorsed you. And you said he's the greatest president of all time. Mitch McConnell gave you $40 million to prop up your campaign. Peter Thiel gave you $15 million. That's $55 million, JD. What do you think they want for that? They want your loyalty. And you proved that you'll kiss their ass too. You were calling Trump America's Hitler.
Interesting. He got really chubby. He put on a lot of weight, didn't he? A lot. Footage from the phones of some of the 100 Russians that were sent from the 15-kilometer ban. Blah, 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 blah. Whining at not yet knowing that Ukrainian forces are blah, blah, blah. Okay, we already saw all that. Big, oh my God, yuck. Ugh, sorry. Bring back the guillotine, blah, blah, blah. Here's Trump saying yesterday's verbatim, they rigged the election and I became president. All right, let's see that.
It was so sad because I said, can you imagine I'm not going to be president? And that's too bad. And then what happened is they rigged the election and I became president. So that was a good thing. That was a good thing. That was quite a quite an achievement for both of us. So I'll be president during the World Cup and during the Olympics, which we were very, it was so sad because I said,
I don't even think he knows what he's saying. I think he's just gone. His brain is mush. He's just doing what they tell him now. I don't want to listen to him. Outside Tesla, I think this was Chicago. It's going to crack off soon. Kash Patel, fuck that guy. Look at him. Wow, urban camo. That's cute. What a goon. What's this, Azov Brigade? I would never change my decision to be an infantryman. Alright, let's see.
У війську можна стати будь-ким. Я знаю. Але я ні на що не проміняю вибір бути піхотинцем. Починається штурм. Розривається земля. Ти чуєш писк у вухах, пісок у роті, голос командира групи.
Стіні там людей!
Ти чуєш танк і не до кінця впевнений, ворожий він чи свій.
Не ссать, блядь!
Кров в твоїх жилах завмирає. Ти міцно тримаєш автомат. В твоєму рюкзаку всього 4 магазини, але і тих траншеї вже пройдено. Ти не бачиш нічого в цей незручний теплак, доки око не звикне. А потім чистиш все на своєму шляху. Вганяєш кулі в землю, які до того прошивають тіла. Знищують несправедливість. Повертають народові честь. Ти знищуєш своїми руками тих, хто змусив плакати твою маму. Хто змусив розлучитись тебе з твоєю дитиною.
You ever watch my video? Do you guys ever watch that? It was one of the first videos I did, where I interviewed Dmitry Morozov. He's an Azov defender in Mariupol. He fought in his hometown, and he ended up getting captured while Spetsnaz was hunting down his wife and child. And he was in captivity for 6 months. I did a short little brief interview on him way back in the feed. I'm probably going to try to set up... He doesn't like doing interviews. Like, he says he's not good at it. Sometimes I beg him to make a 30-second video for me so I could send it to my friend that's on the front to kind of boost his morale. But maybe I can get him into an actual sit-down interview. He speaks fairly good English, but I know he's uncomfortable in English. He's done interviews in Ukrainian, but he's a damn hero and an amazing dude, but he has been through hell. I might do an interview with him. He was Azov. Original Azov.
Хто вбив твого найкращого?
Not original Azov, but original Azov as far as the full scale invasion goes. He was in Mariupol.
Друга. Хто думає, що ти гірший за них? Я піхотинець. Я той, хто показує ворогові, чому він не правий. Я тут не випадково. Я не випущу.
No, that's his name is Dmitry. And yeah, I'll bring it up after this. I'll bring it up.
З рук автомат, доки битиметься моє серце.
His family made it out. Everybody's good. All right, let me see if I can bring it up real quick on my channel. It's a really short interview. It was my first rally that I went to. And I actually, a NAFO Fellerina found me there. She saw my beanie. She's like, NAFO! And she came right up to me. She's like, I didn't know NAFO fellas were here. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going around interviewing people. She's like, okay, follow me. I speak Ukrainian. And it was on from there. We started talking to everybody. Let me see if I can find the video. My edible's kicking in. That's not it. This is a 420 friendly stream, and I'm on some Grape Ape, and it's good. There it is. Okay. Okay, let's see if I'll pull this over real quick.
Let's start with your name.
I'll pull this over. Oh, whoop. Nope, not you.
Let's start with your name. First off, what is your first name? And what unit were you with? What brigade?
I was in National Guard 3057.
And how long have you been in the United States?
I'm here about a few months.
What do you like about the United States since you've been here?
It's a freedom, you know. You can live here not afraid about your life, you know, the rules.
And
I'm in Sofia now here with my family.
And you were from what part of Ukraine?
I am from Mariupol.
From Mariupol.
Yes.
Well, I would ask you what you miss about your home the most, but I think I know the answer to that. If you could say one thing to the people who want to block aid to Ukraine right now, what would it be?
Here, put on.
To block the Ukraine?
Yeah,
No,
if you could say one thing to the people who want to block the aid to Ukraine right now, what would it be?
What would you say to Mike Johnson?
I don't know, if you understand.
Okay, that's fine.
Що ти скажеш для людей, які щось блокують, щоб до України там не доходило?
He doesn't have
Що
to
ти
answer.
хочеш сказати Джонсону?
I don't know what to say, you know. I'm here. I don't know. I just want to say America and people who live here, who pray for Ukraine, who help to Ukraine, just it. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Well, what do you want? What do you want the world to know about Mariupol and what happened there?
Типа мир знав за Маріуполь.
Mariupol was like you know, like a sovereignty for all Ukraine, you know. We fight there 3 months. We stand there. We fight there. A lot of guys was died there for freedom. So it's too difficult now for me, you know, to say something.
Basically, he lost everything because he was living inside, and his family, his wife and the kid, they were inside the Mariupol.
Yes.
And some like Russians was looking for him and his family because he was in Azovstal. Yeah, so it was, you know, it's really difficult for him to even memorize or like going back to that memories what happened over there.
It's traumatic.
Well, I thank you for your time. I just want to let you know there's a ton of Americans out there that support you. We love your country and we love you guys, and we love the fact that you're fighting for our freedom, and we'll do whatever we can to support you to the end.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was God, the look on his face. Yeah, he is an amazing dude. That was one of my worst interviews. That was like one of my first. Honestly, the quality of it was terrible. I didn't know what to say. I was nervous too, but yeah, he's a really good dude. He offered to help too if I have anybody on the front that needs help. He's a really good, nice guy. Had tea with him numerous times now. Let's see what else we got. I will see if he'll set up an interview. I might be able to talk him into it because I know he understands the importance. He's been to Razom. He met. I'm pretty sure he was like sitting like 4 feet away from Mercado when Mercado went to Razom this last time. And I had a friend that was with him actually network a surprise hug on Mercado. Yeah. Ooh, what do we got here? This looks fun. Oh, hey, does my mic sound a little better? I was tweaking with it real quick. I'll wait. I was pressing, I went into settings, and I hit up the settings, and I put it onto microphone auxiliary volume 100. God. Oh, that's too much. Hold on. Breathe. Jesus Christ. There's still
Elon,
decent
I
humans
wanna
in the
thank
world.
you for
oh, no,
at
no.
least wearing a
Shush. No. Okay, I'm going to retweet that. That was a good one. 10 milligram grape ape edible made that a lot better. Let me tell you that. Is it even possible to fake these emotions? Glory to the heroes. Gosh dang it. Oh, we got to do it. We're going to go from laughing to sad.
You make
Man. I don't know if we're ever going to see another man like this in our lifetime. I don't know how he holds it together for his people. Oh God. Oh God. Okay, yeah. We'll make it the worst ever. We're going to go from laughing our asses off to wet around the eyes to sick in the stomach, cringe. Let's go straight to the lurd. We're going to the lurd.
Mike, it's Elon. Wake up. Wake up. I have a proposition for you. Mike, wake up. It's the middle of the night. It's Elon.
Fun fact: Moses never made it into the promised land. Fun fact. Yuck. Yuck. Cringe. Yuck. Oh my God. Eventually, they're just gonna stop talking about Jesus in church, and it'll be the Messiah Trump. Eventually. I was actually looking today for some of those evangelical churches that are now completely cucking for Trump, but they don't like to air their stuff because there's people like me out there looking for it. I don't want to hear what he has to say. We saw that. Oh my God. This jolly necrophiliac is in charge of the economy. Ooh, that is a weird. That is kind of weird, isn't it? Yuck. What's this? Breaking. Oh my God, I'm not fucking even paying attention to Benny Johnson. He got my ass suspended real quick, too. We saw Cybertrucks. We saw... Is the volume good now? Is it like in and out? How's it sounding now? Let me get anything in the chat. Okay, volume's fine. Okay, good. Yeah, it was probably the video. I probably had to turn the video up. Dimitri from War Translated? No, this isn't Dimitri, is it? Yeah, it is. I believe, yes, War Translated. He is part of the Car for Ukraine fundraiser that I'm in. So, that's awesome. Let's check out what he's got here.
Вчера был обстрел по товарищам, кассетные боеприпасы. Вот такая вот маленькая прошила. Все, вот от нее что остается. Все диски, дверь, все разнесло вон. Вот так кассеты. Вот фашисты, вот просто кассетами закинули и все. Мотоциклы пробили.
Fundraiser starts March 17th, so 8 days. Blah, blah, blah. Well, technically 9 days. 8 days? 8 days. 6 days and 17 minutes.
Машину пробили, бензобак, все. Одна кассета просто, минус 3 техники. Вот, немцы по нам работают кассетными боеприпасами. Пробили.
И запаску, сука, чтобы
и запаску, все, прям запаску вам прилетело. Вот так вот пробивается, разбирается, минус колеса, минус мотоцикл. Вчера был обстрел по...
Breaking it down for us. Russian soldiers whining. Expect more. Dang, look at that. That goes hard. That goes hard. What is this? What is this? Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I can't even do the comparison right now. Well, yeah.
White House by Trump, Zelensky set foot.
God damn. Hold on a sec. Ouch. Sorry. Sorry, guys.
No wonder Zelensky lost his composure to the extent that his eyes welled up with tears in the UK. With 3 heartwarming gestures, Charles made Trump a laughingstock. On March 2nd, after being shown the door from the White House by Trump, Zelensky set foot on British soil. To show their great importance attached to this visit, the royal family specially arranged for a helicopter to pick him up and send him to Sandringham Estate for a meeting with Charles. At that time, Zelensky was still dressed in his familiar outfit. However, Charles, who places the greatest emphasis on etiquette, showed a completely different attitude. First of all, for this meeting, Charles specially chose a light gray suit that matched Zelensky's outfit. Not only
The fact that we even have to talk about this shit is just so decrepit and unrewarding to anything inside of my body.
only that, he also took out a sunflower-patterned brooch that had been tucked away in the bottom of his trunk as an embellishment. Moreover, he selected a velvet clothes hanger in the blue color of the Ukrainian flag to
Jesus Christ didn't wear a 3-piece suit, I'm just saying.
hang Zelensky's overcoat, making the embroidered national emblem on Zelensky's overcoat glisten under the camera. Secondly, he greeted Zelensky in Ukrainian throughout the process, which touched Zelensky so much that his eyes welled up with tears. Finally, Charles also had the royal team prepare traditional Ukrainian pastries, and they enjoyed the British afternoon tea together.
Why? Oh my God. So that's where he went wrong. Why would you feed Ukrainian pastries to Ukrainian? Like, I'd want a cheeseburger, you know, or like chili rellenos, you know? That's just me. Like, if I eat the same thing all the time, I'd want to try something new. That's just me, though, I guess. Maybe. I bet they were good.
During the conversation, Charles would listen attentively to what he had to say and frequently nod in response. After the meeting, Charles even shared a photo of their handshake on the official account to express his support for Zelensky. He demonstrated with his actions a respect that goes beyond mere appearances.
Or from TikTok. Man, TikTok's kind of stepping it up. I am American. I'm American as can be. Can't you tell? God, yeah, I like cheeseburgers. I wouldn't want them all the time. If I go to Ukraine, I don't want a cheeseburger. I want some halloupsi. Some amazing halloupsi. We saw, ew, yuck. We saw, what in God's name? Where is this? Where is this? Paris. The French are going at it. Hail Trump. Hail Putin. Hail Musk. Hail Melania. Hail Le Pen. In Paris on March 8th, feminine activists performed the Nazi salute protesting as they claimed against the presidents of the U.S. and Russia, as well as the Italian Prime Minister. Topless feminists shouted, "Hail!" All right, let's do it. Oh, wait, I can't do that. It's going to ruin my terms. All right, well, thank you, X. My bad. Told you, just scrolling through X. It's going to get dangerous. Oh, God. Here's what drives me crazy. We are under still a massive attack. My internet goes on and off. Like, literally, I watched Anastasia the other day fight for her dear life between some dumbasses. And right after she got off of having to deal with MAGA idiots, she had to go deal with getting shelled and eating her tacos. And I don't understand people because of it. Yeah, that was an oops. That was an oops there. Oops. Thank you, France. Thank you. Thank you, X in France. What the? What is? Nope. Nope. Not doing it. Not doing it. All right, we probably saw enough of. Yeah, we're saying the same shit now. Let's see what else I got. What do I got over here? I've got a ton of social media accounts. Let's brave the world of TikTok. Yeah, I gave in and made a TikTok. It's probably going to ruin my life.
Congrats, you've
Probably going to ruin my life.
got your niche. It's this like autistic, I can memorize everything and I think I'm smarter and better than you. I think you're 100% grifter. It's very cringe. Your attitude, especially your attitude towards me, which is ironically extremely elitist of you. This is what most Americans were sick of. We were sick of being told by people we're dumb, useless, redneck idiots. I'm very popular because I have very common sense opinions.
I asked you to review any position that I hold to be the case with reason and logic, and you gave a long-winded 2-minute response about how you think I'm autistic and how I'm elitist because I think that you're weird and dumb. I think that this perfectly resembles the quote-unquote common sense of the right. The common sense of the right has nothing to do with sense, has nothing to do with reason, has nothing to do with logic, has all to do with your emotions and how you hold them to such a high pedestal to dictate what should happen to others. Like, for instance, you have put the pedal to the metal on me so many times about how it's okay to say anything you want, words are just words, but as soon as I call you dumb, you talk about it for 45 minutes straight. And
Congrats, you've got
this right here.
Congrats, you've got
This is wild. That was Dean, by the way. I just got turned on to him. I don't know exactly. I don't want to see the evolution of Elon Musk. The leaders of LA Fire Department. This is right here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, no.
Military equipment, and you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment?
Lol. Oh, LOL. Okay, that made up for a lot for me.
As of today,
Oh,
it will
Jesus.
henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
God,
And today we're here.
More apples and Orange Man. Fire. Okay, let's see what we got here. Fire Elon Musk. Progressive Dems against Elon Musk's Doge. And today we are here to say
With one voice, fire Elon Musk. An unelected, unaccountable billionaire now has seemingly unlimited powers over Americans' private data and over Americans' taxpayer dollars. It seems every hour brings more news about a new threat Elon Musk poses to working people, a new way that Elon Musk wants to take your hard-earned money and keep it for himself. Just yesterday, Musk threatened to go after Medicare and Medicaid. Just yesterday, we also learned that Head Start programs serving 20,000 young students are locked out of their federal funding by Elon Musk. To be clear, that means that you have a billionaire, the richest person on earth, willing to take away your health care, willing to take away kids' lunches and meals, willing to take away pre-K, just so that he can finance a tax break for himself and his billionaire buddies.
The record is clear. Elon Musk is anti-worker and anti-labor. We will not allow the shadow government that Musk is leading to destroy government agencies that protect workers. Elon Musk, we've got a message for you. You will be fired.
Unelected billionaires like Elon Musk have no place in our government. He is trying to puppet master Trump's decisions about everything: women's bodies, immigrants' futures, our kids' education, government funding, on and on and on. And he absolutely should not have access to the Social Security and tax information of millions of Americans. But he does. And the entire Republican trifecta is letting him get away with this. It's despicable. If you are angry, you should be.
So we learned this week that Elon and his tech bros, these young people in hoodies who don't have security clearances, they're fake officials, that they crashed through the doors of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA. These are folks whose mantra in the private sector is go fast and break things. And they decided to go fast and break things this week at NOAA.
I received, again, over 1,000 emails and calls this week demanding action. And that's why I introduced my first bill, the Stop Musk Act, to protect federal workers who are at the forefront of Elon Musk's power grab.
And today,
these primaries are going to be so important. Or these midterms, I mean, not primaries. These midterms are going to be so important. And then we have special elections coming up. What, in April, is it? I think, April? His greed is amazing, considering he's already has everything he could ever want. Yeah, but people like that, they have a hole in their chest they can't fill. And they keep trying to. But there's just emptiness. And for us to put our trust into him is outrageous. People don't have the comprehension of what money does to people because they never had it. They just wish they wanted it.
This week,
over in Atlanta, a megachurch pastor is mad at a group of black Trump.
Trump thought the media was out to get him.
If you can't find it at Target, I'm going to give y'all.
If you're a Trump supporter, just know that there are 4 things that everybody.
If you can.
All right, we're going to do this one. I don't know what the hell that other crap was.
If you're a Trump supporter, just know that there are 4 things that everybody who's not a Trump supporter thinks about you. And so far, you've done nothing to disprove these things. 1, you're uneducated. And I don't mean uneducated in the sense that you didn't go to school and learn to read or do basic arithmetic. I mean, you're uneducated as far as what's going on in the world. You got goggles on, only paying attention to what you want to pay attention to. Dose, you lack empathy. You don't care what happens to somebody else as long as it doesn't happen to you. Imagine for a moment the government started saying, hey, your marriage is illegal. How would you feel about that? How would you feel about that? But you don't care that it's happening to gay people as long as it doesn't happen to you. 3, you lack independent thinking skills, meaning you are incapable of forming your own thoughts, opinions, or viewpoints on things. You need pundit talking points from Fox News or whatever that other OAN. You need those people to tell you what to believe. You don't have the ability to look into those claims and maybe think something else. You just, it's confirmation bias. You live in this bubble and you refuse to step outside of it. 4, and I think this is the most important one. I think this is the one you really need to work on if you have the ability, and that is critical thinking. Critical thinking is the ability to look at a situation and say to yourself, you know what, that's kind of fucked up. That's not right, and you can't do that. So I look forward to all the laughing emoji reactions to this video, because the people that I just made these claims about don't have the ability to defend themselves. So they do so just with the laughing emoji. So.
Damn. I don't know. Who is this? JD Garfield. JD Garfield. I think you might follow me somewhere. Wow. That's some pearls there, boy. Sheesh. All right, let's go back.
You mean to tell me a man worth over $400 billion is going to decide what happens with my grandma's Social Security check?
No one elected Elon Musk to nothing. And yet, Elon Musk is seizing the power that belongs to the American people.
Is that like
No one.
out?
You mean to tell me a man worth over.
That's hella loud, huh? How do I turn the volume down on this platform? I don't know.
No one realized.
A state of emergency has been declared due to ongoing earthquakes on the Greek island of Amargos.
Is that loud?
Mount Etna in Sicily has erupted. A lava fountain from the crater of the Kilauea volcano in Hawaii is about 300 feet high. Flash floods in the Philippines have claimed the lives of 5 people. Record-breaking temperatures and strong winds have been recorded in Russia. School classes have been canceled due to the earthquakes near the Campi Flegrei supervolcano in the vicinity of Naples. Everything I have just mentioned happened within a single week.
I couldn't hear me over that either. Hopefully this is better. This is interesting. I don't even know what this is we're watching. We'll find out.
But even the footage you are seeing on the screen represents only a fraction of the climate-related events that are occurring worldwide with increasing frequency and intensity. In this video, I will not only explain the causes of this unfolding climate collapse, but also discuss how climate changes, including the anthropogenic factor, are directly affecting your health, mental well-being, and even pathologies future generations may be born.
I feel like this guy's selling me a commercial on YouTube. I'm passing. Okay.
Donald Trump fired only
Okay, let's see this.
two members of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Take a look at this picture and let me know if you could guess which two he fired. Donald Trump fired only...
Dang. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
At 12:01 a.m., President Trump stabbed America's best friend in the back. My message to the President is this: Canada will fight back. We will defend our people and our economy, and we will put Canada first. There is no doubt that our economy will suffer, but so will yours, President Trump. In fact, you're already paying the price, with trillions of dollars erased in stock market value.
Did you guys hear they cut off the power to like one, or didn't cut it off, but raised the price by 25% on 1.5 million Minnesotans already? That happened today.
For the last month of these threats, already Americans are paying higher gas prices, as at midnight, a new American gas tax kicked in on U.S. working class taxpayers and motorists. Your workers will soon start losing jobs. Jobs they had upgrading Canadian raw materials, which, by the way, you were getting at an incredible and ridiculous bargain. And your businesses will be selling fewer products to your closest neighbor. And that's only the beginning. While Canadians are slow to anger and quick to forgive, once provoked, we fight back. And we
I feel like we're kind of screwed when it comes to Canada. This is ridiculous. Like, it's gonna, like I posted earlier, it's gonna send us into a global recession, which, okay, fine, Russia's gonna be hurting for it. Unless we lift all the sanctions and ignore their Black Sea fleet and make trade deals with them for aluminum that's going to hurt Canada. That makes us an ally with Russia. It makes us the enemy to the free world, which is kind of what we're doing right now. Pretty alarming.
TikTok, what's the word, y'all? Come on, tap in. So Target doubled down and said, not only are we going to end this DEI program, but we're going to roll back and we're going to end bringing on any brands that are Black or minority owned into these stores. And you motherfuckers are still online talking about y'all not going to stop shopping at Target and Walmart and these other stores. When I tell y'all this, hear me well. Black people, there's a whole lot of us that ain't going to be able to fucking go. Leave them motherfuckers where they at. You see somebody that say some stupid shit like that, immediately I need you to make a mental note. They ain't to be fucked with. They ain't to be trusted. There is no spine. You understand me? White people have studied us for years. They know how we operate. That is why they do the shit that they do, y'all. I remember my first day of high school. I went to a predominantly white all-girl high school that was in River Forest, Illinois. My first day of school, when I started seeing all them white girls get out them fancy cars and shit like that, I remember asking my daddy, like, bro, why would you send me here? He said to study them the way they study us, and then you figure out how to bring that shit back to the neighborhood.
All right, that's one hell of a take.
Someone connected to Trump is running a $100 million scam, and we don't know who. Look at this. What this says is that
Something is brewing. Somebody loaned nearly $200 million of BTC and ETH on 50 times leverage. Okay.
yesterday morning, someone purchased $200 million worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And they did
okay.
that borrowing money. In other words, if the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum goes up, this person stands to make an enormous amount of money. But if it goes down, even a little, they get wiped out completely. This is an incredibly risky thing to do, and you would only do it if you were very certain that the price would go up. And then only hours later, here's what happened. Donald Trump announces that he's creating a national crypto reserve that includes Bitcoin and Ethereum. Very predictably, the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum spike. Whoever made that bet makes off like a bandit. I'm just going to state the obvious here. They knew. This is someone inside the administration or connected to the administration that is using hundreds of millions of dollars to trade cryptocurrencies and make a fortune. It's corruption straight up. Ordinarily, something like this would cause a massive investigation. It would be a huge scandal. It'd be in the front page of the New York Times. There's someone in the administration that is using their insider knowledge and maybe their control of policy to make so much money. But instead, it seems like the White House is going to do nothing. They don't care. They are happy to let their members steal from the public.
Yeah, they kind of front-loaded that with all their picks, especially in the FBI. And I'm sure there's, the Treasury Department and a whole bunch of other things involved. A great getaway vehicle for a robber, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to stop protesting in America. This shit is going to go on until it doesn't go on anymore. I hope we step it up for our European friends, because the vibes I'm getting just from online towards America are, it's like, guys, there's still good people out here. We just got to show it to them. We have to prove that our democracy works. And it's not the Plato theory that democracy will be destroyed by its own stupidity, which is exactly what we're going through now.
Look at this. He's got the umbrella. He continues walking. She's left out in the rain.
I love it. I love the Canadians. That was a great point. Who just said that? Steve. Remember, remember, Chungus, casinos before crypto these days. Yes, that would be a great title name, Casinos to Crypto. That okay. When it happens, I'm gonna make a video. It's gonna be called Casinos to Crypto. That's I have to write that down somewhere because I'm dumb. I'm counterintelligence, remember? Counterintelligence. Casinos to crypto. Yeah. Stealing that.
Where the fuck are our leaders? This is a sincere question. As a foreign-born billionaire and his unvetted lackey hackers override Congress and take control of all departments of our federal government, including all of Americans' most personal information. While the Justice Department argues against birthright citizenship, while our government cuts foreign aid and supports ethnic cleansing and opens concentration camps, while the President's Senate approves a Secretary of Defense who will use our military against our people, an Attorney General who will use the Justice Department against their political enemies, and a head of the FBI who will turn our federal agents into the President's own private army. So I ask you again, where are our leaders? Where is President Obama and President Bush and President Clinton and President Biden? Where are our former Joint Chiefs of
The fact that we have to ask where our former presidents are and they include Bush just blows my goddamn mind. We've stooped to this low level.
Staff, the leaders of the American military, General Brown, General Milley, General Dunford, General Dempsey? Where are the State Department leaders, American ambassadors, Secretary of State?
I'm surprised she didn't throw an Oliver Stone.
Where is Rex Tillerson and Hillary Clinton and John Kerry and Condoleezza Rice? Where are the former heads of the FBI and CIA like Leon Panetta and John Brennan and Christopher Wray and James Comey? Where are the former vice presidents, Gore, Pence, Quayle, Harris? Our former speakers of the House, Paul Ryan, John Boehner, Nancy Pelosi. Many of you ran to be president yourself. You know what's going on. You understand how unconstitutional and illegal and wrong this is. You know this is a coup, a hostile takeover of the American government. And you know that our courts, which are the only group even remotely standing up for the rule of law right now, are not going to be able to move fast enough to stop what's happening. Someone has to stand up to this takeover, and they have to do it fast and now before it's too late. So we need our leaders to combine their collective authority to oppose this rising dictator. We need you to join forces on behalf of the oath you all took to protect this nation from enemies both foreign and domestic. I am just a woman in my kitchen. The protesters are just citizens on the street. The few Democratic Congress members using their voice for our rights are the minority. For God's sakes, you are our chosen leaders. Give us an alternative now. Find the courage to stand up and protect us. As Ezra Klein said, Trump is acting like a king because he is too weak to act like a president. He can't get things passed through Congress, so he is signing all of these executive orders, hoping we don't understand it doesn't work like that. You need to come out and tell us that. You need to use your collective influence to explain to the public that he can't do this, that he doesn't have the power, that it's not allowed and it's not normal. And you need to be the ones to challenge this bullshit, leader to leader, however far it needs to go. You made a promise to protect this nation, its people, and the Constitution. We need you to honor that promise now, because now is when it really matters.
Yeah, I'm following that one. Damn. Yeah, where is everybody? They're quiet. MAGA's quiet. Marco Rubio's quiet. Marco Rubio. He looks so defeated. I don't know how much more this man can take. I don't. He's sold all of his principles. Oh my god. Winning. Winning. Alright, where were we? TikTok, right? Yeah, we're in TikTok world. God, that was good.
Let me ask each of the mayors, just yes or
Oh.
no. Have any of you?
Okay, hold on. This one right here, I am in love with her. Everything about her.
Let me ask each of the mayors, just yes or no. Have any of you been made aware of any immigrant that has had 34 felony convictions that has still been able to roam around in your cities? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
34 felony convictions.
No,
from the
Congresswoman.
immigrants. Anybody?
I'm not aware.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious because we are so concerned about crime, and I know that my Republican colleagues would never want anybody with 34 felony convictions roaming around because that could be a danger to the community. But I will move on.
How many of you would vote for Jasmine Crockett for president in 2028? Seriously. Because everything about her, like, I absolutely love. She has so much courage. She knows how to relate to a lot of people nowadays. You got a younger crowd. She's sensible. She stands with Ukraine. Like everything. Everything about her. I'm completely in love with this woman. I would totally vote for her.
Hi, can you play Hallelujah?
So Kayla here made a weird self-own by saying,
Maybe you should come visit Ukraine.
Hey! Don't you even dare. I have been to Ukraine on Google Maps. It's a mess. You think you're getting any money from us after your little outburst today? To quote my personal hero, Willy Wonka, you broke the rules! You get nothing! You lose! Good day, sir!
And you know what? You're not even wearing a suit. It's disrespectful. Who shows up to the White House in a t-shirt and jeans like a garbage person? Hi guys. Elon, we love your outfit. Very official and respectful. And I love when he gets that chainsaw right next to my head.
Thanks. Donald, what are you doing in my office?
Damn.
You know I'm the president now, right? I'm kidding. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Awesome. I mean, you got to make a joke, you know? You got to really joke. Legalize comedy! Come on! Legalize it!
I'm so comfortable with all of that. I really enjoy everything you're doing with Doge, Elon.
Well, they're saying I'm firing people with no cause. But I do have cause. It's cause I feel like it. Come on! Glitch!
Oh, my God.
But
they're doing mass firings in the government. We love mass firings because you don't have to know what any of their names are or what exactly they do.
I mean, we're not going to get it perfect, you know? But we are firing the non-essential employees, like air traffic controllers.
Yes, and sure, some of the planes are going to land upside down. But then the luggage falls right into your lap and you're ready to go. It's official. Maybe you should come visit.
That was pretty good. Holy cow. Well, you know what? It's pretty late where I am. I feel like we left on a good tone there. Yeah. I feel like that was a good one to leave off of. Maybe. Something funny. Something not so depressing. Even though the whole thing is so completely ridiculous. I don't even know what to say about it anymore. Yeah, no outro today. I didn't set it up. Maybe I could play one of my videos here. We'll do an outro with one of my videos, yeah, guys? Here.
Talk to her, got you spitting on my bits. And April fellas always repping with bong hits. We wipe you out like toilet paper does the shits. Serve you up like cheesy eggs, bacon, and some grits. We are in your walls and we better than your cause. My Shiba Inu hungry, gonna bite you with his jaws. Designer keyboard ready for a pause. We posting memes, original with no flaws. We phone controls online for the cause. We never slow down, sleep or take a pause. We rolling deep in the fetty, that's our cause. We fundraising money, phone controls and breaking the laws. And we crazy smooth brain, don't ignite us. Bump until all my phalanges get rheumatoid arthritis. And that's why nobody ever wanna fight us. Needful fellas never stop like a trainer virus. And we barking, biting, bonking, biting, wagging tails when we hit the night. Sparking, lighting, igniting like a bomb. No views though, naval fellas be better than all your bots know. And we got no leader, I am the boss. 10,000 deep when we creep, ain't no time to floss like an owl. We don't sleep, we about that box, telegram to the X, we about the cause. And our moves are so fluid like we made of water. Blowing warships up, you ran out of solder. You might think you're hot, but my game is harder. Take a chick to the tunnel like up to a Goddard. Till the end we will rep, that's all we gotta do. Tearing up the set with Nate Fobong and crew. We bustin' rhymes in the beats like all the fellas do. Better check yourself before my doggies do. Got you spitting on my bits. The NAFO fellas always repping with bong hits. We wipe you out like toilet paper does the shits. Serve you up like cheesy eggs, bacon, and some grits. We are in your walls and we better than your cause. My Shiba Inu hungry, gonna bite you with his jaws.
All right, that's it tonight, guys. We're not gonna cry at the end. I'll play that one some other day when we want to get a tear. Yeah. That's all I got for you. Thanks for coming around, hanging out. Like I said, I wasn't even planning to do a stream, but I'm like, going through my social media. No one else is playing anything. Let's see if anybody comes and wants to hang out before I go to bed. So that's all we did. I have great idea for content coming, so I got a lot in the works. It's not going to be everything all the time. There's going to be weeks where I just can't do anything, but we're stepping it up this year. I've got big aspirations. We've got the fundraiser coming for Car for Ukraine, which is my primary function right now in life, other than, my personal life and what I got to do there. This is coming really soon. ATP Geopolitics is there. Rick the Ukrainian, Mercado, myself, Shills. Who else do we got? Let's play it. We'll play it and then I'll name it off. How about that? And I've got videos coming for this. It's going to be really good. We got a lot going on with it. It's a big deal. Big deal. Okay, so we got ATP Geopolitics, Silicon Curtain, Tanya, Fiona, Mercado Media, Canty Luden, Suchamimus, On the Edge, Philip Ittner, The Shills, Dick Dawson, myself, Renegade Chungus, Rudy Acosta, Laser Pig, Eric Sergey Sumleni, Rick the Ukrainian, PSO1, Dimitri from War Translated, and we're still trying to get Frontline Kit, Richard Woodruff, and Missile Kitty unconfirmed. Everybody else is confirmed other than the last two, so this is going to be huge. I'm going to need everybody's support on this. I don't want to come in last, that's all, because I'm competitive as hell. But that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with me tonight. It means the world to me. Make sure, if you could, like, comment, share. That would mean a lot too. Thanks again.